Cowboys Nation, it's time for some hard truths during this bye week. After 6 games filled with highs, lows, and everything in between, the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott have plenty to reflect on. With a 3-3 record, winless at home but perfect on the road, this team seems more unpredictable than ever. And with big questions looming ahead, we're diving deep into what's gone wrong and what needs to change. Before we jump into the breakdown, let us know in the comments below, what's been the most frustrating part of the Cowboys season so far? Is it the inconsistency on offense? The defensive breakdowns? Or maybe something else entirely? We want to hear from you, so drop your thoughts down below, and let's get this conversation going. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We're aiming for a big milestone, 12,000 subscribers, and every single one of you can help us get there. It's a tough season, but with your support, Cowboys News TV can keep delivering the latest insights, updates, and discussions. Your subscription means the world to us, so let's grow this community together. It's been a tale of 2 teams for the Dallas Cowboys. Just 2 weeks ago, Dak Prescott led a late-night, rain-delayed win over the Pittsburgh Steelers with a clutch performance in the final seconds, sealing a 20-17 victory. It felt like the kind of game that could turn the tide for this team. But fast forward to last weekend, and everything came crashing down. Prescott's early interception set the tone for the worst home loss in over 30 years, 47-9 against the Detroit Lions. A game that left Cowboys fans across the country stunned, frustrated, and searching for answers. And now, as we sit at a .500 record, one thing is clear: this team needs to figure out who they are. An offense that can't seem to find a rhythm, a defense that's either dominant or dreadful, it's all adding up to a roller coaster ride that's left everyone dizzy. So here's a question for you, Cowboys Nation. Do you think the issues with the Cowboys are more on the offense or the defense? Or is it both? Let's settle this debate in the comments. Go ahead and vote for your side. Now, let's talk about Mike McCarthy. He's in the final year of his contract, and the heat is on. While Jerry Jones has publicly backed McCarthy, stating twice that a coaching change isn't being considered, we all know how fast things can change in Dallas. Especially if this team doesn't make the deep postseason run that has eluded them for nearly 30 years. But what about Dak Prescott? His recent performances have been just as inconsistent as the team's overall. 5 turnovers in the past 2 games, including 4 interceptions and a fumble. That's simply not going to cut it for a team that has championship aspirations. Despite this, Prescott still has McCarthy's back, and McCarthy appreciates the support. In fact, when asked about Prescott's vote of confidence, McCarthy emphasized the importance of standing together as a team. But the reality is, no amount of support will save his job if the Cowboys can't turn things around. Speaking of turning things around, if you're new to Cowboys News TV, we'd love for you to join our growing community of die-hard fans. Subscribe and make sure you don't miss any of our in-depth coverage. We're pushing for 12,000 subscribers, and with your help, we'll get there in no time. Another major storyline this season has been the disconnect between Dak Prescott and All-Pro receiver CeeDee Lamb. We've seen tense moments on the sidelines between these two, and it seems like every game there's at least one throw that just isn't on the same page. To make matters worse, Lamb is still searching for his first 100-yard game of the season after racking up 8 of them last year. Missing all of training camp during his holdout hasn't helped either, but the pressure is mounting for both Lamb and Prescott to get in sync. The boos from Cowboys fans after yet another missed connection in the Detroit game were loud and clear. And honestly, it's hard to blame them. This is supposed to be one of the most dynamic duos in the league, yet the chemistry just hasn't been there this year. We want to know from you, what do you think is causing the struggles between Dak and CeeDee Lamb? Is it the missed time in training camp, or are there bigger issues at play? Let's discuss it in the comments section. Another major issue for the Cowboys has been turnovers. The team sits near the bottom of the NFL in turnover margin at -6. For context, the Cowboys finished at least +10 in each of the last 3 seasons. This drastic change has been a huge part of their inconsistency. Prescott, in particular, has struggled with ball security, as we mentioned earlier, 5 turnovers in just the past 2 games. Combine that with a run game that's become one of the worst in the league, and you start to see why this offense is stuck in the middle of the pack. Once known as one of the league's top offenses during their playoff runs, the Cowboys are now fighting to even find their identity. Can this team turn it around after the bye week? Can they fix the glaring issues in time for a huge matchup against San Francisco? If you're invested in the future of the Cowboys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're bringing you all the updates, reactions, and analysis every week as we push toward our goal of 12,000 subscribers. Be a part of the journey, Cowboys Nation. So, what's next? With a massive game against the San Francisco 49ers on October 27th, the Cowboys have no time to waste. This bye week is their chance to reflect, regroup, and most importantly, fix the problems that have plagued them in the first 6 games. The defense has to find consistency, the offense needs to start clicking, and Dak Prescott must regain his form if they want any shot at a playoff run this year. We've covered a lot today, but the conversation doesn't end here. What do you think will be the key for the Cowboys coming out of this bye week? Is it the defense? The offense? Or maybe something else? Let us know in the comments below. And that's it for today's video, Cowboys Nation. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and let's keep riding with the Cowboys all season long.